we've got some food cooking there, haven't we? Not got a lot, but we've got some.
Yeah, we've got a few little things.
This game is really hard at the start, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it stays consistently hard because as soon as you get past the hardest bit of the overworld, then you're into the Nether, which is just brutal.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I think once you get to that stage, it's a fear of losing your equipment that you've spent so long making as well, isn't it?
So, if you're taking into consideration the sort of, the going for the end game, so to speak, how far did you actually get through it? Did you fight the end dragon or?
No, I never went to the end or anything like that. I only I might die again. Hopefully I can kill this zombie with a spider's eye. There's a skeleton up there as well, I can't get to it. Yeah, so I sort of... Once I never really went to the Nether much. So there was still a few things that I maybe should have done. But I just got that way where I didn't really have an objective. There wasn't really anything.
So I got pretty far. I got to basically you have to put the end portal together. I got to that point, and then I actually kind of moved away from Minecraft, and I don't really know why because I was so close to the end. That's normally when everybody gets excited, but to me, it's a grind, collecting all the parts to make this end portal.
Yeah.
And like when you die then, and you had like the most badass weapons you could find, it's really gutting.
Yeah,
really
once
gutting.
You've done all the enchanting and things like that. I to be honest, I prefer this early stage of the game more than the overpowered sort of bits and the building bits and stuff like that.
So I'm actually with you on that one. I much prefer the earliest part of the game.
Not only that, it's a lot better when you play with someone. Especially, I don't mean to blow smoke up ourselves, but I prefer doing this where you sort of you're just using it as a platform to talk to someone, and you're not really got an objective as such. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's also just
like
lounging about.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, normally people like to go to bars and clubs. We're the stay-at-home Minecraft sort of people, Paul.
Yeah, let's cut that bit out of the final bit.
So I've just gone off looking for some wood for resources because we're running pretty low on everything, aren't we? So
yeah, pretty much. I like the idea as well of like not having a chest and sort of carrying everything that you need. That makes it a lot harder to do, doesn't it, as well?
One thing, because obviously we haven't, even though I've put like 140 hours into this, there's still a lot of things that I never saw because I didn't explore the map. I just did the digging and tried to get to the end and restarted it countless times. I've never seen, you can get donkeys and put chests on them so they carry your stuff around for you.
Yeah, so I believe, yeah. I've never...
So
am I being silly? How do you plant the reeds?
They have to be next to water, and they have to be on.
Okay. Yeah, got it. It was next to ice, and I've just broke the ice.
This an Enderman looking at me. I'm terrified. So
Mario Odyssey. Let's talk about Mario Odyssey. Let's keep it spoiler free. For the most part.
Yeah, I had a few things spoiled for me, so I'm really against spoilers. So we'll keep it clean.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you feel before you got it? How did you feel before you played it?
Well, if you take the story straight back, the first time I played it was at Insomnia 61.
Yeah, you went to the gaming event there, didn't you, before EGX?
Which I can't even remember when Insomnia was. It was a month before EGX, so
yeah,
that
so it was like August, wasn't it?
Yeah, around August, yeah. And before that, I was really excited, but kind of a bit skeptical because you kept hearing people saying that it was open world and stuff like that. It's look, people still say it's open world. It's not open world, and I think that's something people need to realise about it.
It's people have got the wrong definition of open world, haven't they?
Oh, they totally have the wrong definition because it's free roaming, but I really wouldn't say open world.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's not open world, to be fair, because I think that open world really would not suit Mario at all. It would have made it a bit tedious, I think.
Yeah, it would have been too big, wouldn't it? It would have been too sort of. I don't know, the way that sort of you can lose yourself in Breath of the Wild. You couldn't really do that with Mario.
No, not at all. So my first impression was actually getting a hold of it was that it's really, really good. It's definitely going to be a contender for Game of the Year and all that jazz, you know.
I think here's my sort of take on it. If Mario came out before Brett, are you roaming around on the surface?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I think I've just seen you over in the distance.
I'm making a little bit of a farm, so we've got a bit of a starting point.
Okay, if Mario came out before Breath of the Wild, if they came out in the different order, so it was Breath of the Wild, and then 9 months later it was, if it was Mario Odyssey first, and then 9 months later it was Breath of the Wild, I think that you'd enjoy Odyssey a lot more.
I think so too. I actually think that Odyssey's been overhyped, which is, it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and that's fine. My expectations it met my expectations. I expected it to be Sunshine but bigger, so that's pretty much what it is. But there's a lot of terms being thrown around which are incorrect. I don't believe it's redefined anything. You know, you're hearing that it's redefined Mario. I don't think it's redefined Mario. It's
done everything and made it done it better, hasn't it?
Yeah, which is
good,
like,
which is fine. There's no problem with that.
Before people like aim a gun at me, that's fine. It's perfect. It
doesn't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, it didn't need to. It just needed to make Mario better, and it's done that. So everything, as you get playing it, everything's like perfect. Really, exactly what you want. The controls are good, except for the few like differences between having it on handheld or using a pro controller or whatnot. But you can play the game without using those extra motion controls. So
I've never played it with split Joy-Cons. I've always played it Joy-Cons on the Joy-Con grip or in handheld mode. So I've not really noticed that I'm missing motion control sort of thing. I've not really noticed that I'm missing certain move sets and stuff like that. It's a bit awkward to do the spin cap throw thing by twiddling the analog stick, but you sort of learn to live with it.
You can do that just by like pushing the console slightly to the left or right, but it does feel a bit weird in handheld. And like, let's face it, nobody wants to accidentally let their Switch go. No. So it's a bit strange. It is a bit strange, but I mean, so getting into it, it's pretty much what I expected. The worlds are nice and compact, but there's a ton to do on them. Enemies are not threatening, which was a bit disappointing. I don't think I've come across an enemy which has even put up a slight challenge.
Yeah, you're not. As soon as you see an enemy, you're not like, oh no. So it's not like you don't have that same sort of feeling when you see a Lionel in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, where you're like, oh, it's looking at me, and this isn't going to go well.
Now, when I was playing, so I was excited for Odyssey, but I never really, and I don't know, I thought like here it was a bit too overhyped. Now, as soon as I reached New Donk City, especially there's one part of New Donk City. I was actually streaming it at the time, so if people are watching this, there's a good chance they've seen me do that section. But it was amazing. It was really good.
So
that sort of changed my outlook of. How have you found that cave system so easy?
When you was digging, I saw it above your head. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going there. I'm stealing all the good stuff."
So that part in New Donk City completely changed my opinion of the game.
I know what you're talking about. Now, I haven't done that part. It actually got spoiled for me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I've seen people saying that that bit was actually in the one of the trailers for the game, but I never seen it in the trailer.
No, I never saw it in the trailer either. Those people are liars, Paul. They're liars.